I have made videos and done podcast episodes and talked about all sorts of different taboo but very normal things that come out of our bodies. And I've made many episodes of the Hormone Diaries where I've gone into extreme detail about my menstrual cycle and my period. And yet, there is one topic that I have been too scared to touch, and that a lot of people are too scared to talk about, and that's discharge. This video is sponsored by The Body Shop in celebration of their Tea Tree skincare range. They are a brand that I love. I have used many of their products over the years, and they're also really vocal about a lot of issues that I care about around periods and menstrual health. And they also work with the incredible charity Bloody Good Period. I just think The Body Shop are fab, and so when they came to me asking to sponsor a video, I was like, what if it's a video about discharge? And they were like, yes, absolutely fine, go for it. And so here we are. Hello, my name is Hannah. If you are new here, I make videos around sex and relationships and our bodies. And if you haven't subscribed already and would like to see more content from me, then hit that subscribe button. In this video, we're going to talk about what is discharge, why is discharge, how it might change during your menstrual cycle, and how it's completely healthy and normal. Right, I feel like we just need to break the ice, and I can feel some sticky discharge in my knickers right now. What is discharge? Vaginal discharge is really any fluid that is not your period that leaves the vagina, is discharged from the vagina. Get it? So it could be vaginal lubrication, day-old sperm. I was gonna say we've all been there, but more accurate would be some of us have been there. Or cervical fluid, which is a big component and the one we're going to focus on. Generally, normal discharge doesn't have a strong or unpleasant smell, is white or clear, is thick and sticky, or slippery and wet. Now, I'm not a medical professional, I am simply the messenger, so it's really important to get to know your own body's normal patterns so that you're able to recognize when things differ and if you need to see a medical professional. It may be a sign that something is up if your discharge has a strong, unpleasant smell, is thick and white like cottage cheese, is green or yellow, you have pain or bleeding, you produce a lot more than usual, or you're itchy and sore. Please don't Google any symptoms, go see your doctor. But your vagina producing clear, white, slippy, sticky discharge is normal, healthy, and necessary to vaginal health. Imagine your mouth without spit. That doesn't sound very fun, does it? Discharge is the spit of the vagina. So why do we have it? Why is discharge? Discharge helps to keep out unhealthy bacteria and viruses. The vagina is self-cleaning and naturally acidic, and so discharge helps to keep the whole area healthy and regulated. It also plays a key role in reproduction. The cervix is the passageway from the vagina to the uterus, and it kind of looks like a donut. The cervix produces a cervical fluid, which, depending on the stage of your menstrual cycle, either makes it easier or harder for the little spermies to reach the egg. Think of it as the Gandalf of reproduction during some parts of the menstrual cycle. You shall not pass! And then during the more fertile time of the menstrual cycle, it's like, come in, make yourself at home, welcome, welcome. Your cervical fluid changes throughout your menstrual cycle. Tracking your own changes and patterns will help you get to know your cycle better and when you're ovulating, if that's something you want to know about. The beginning of the menstrual cycle is the period, so around this time you'll mostly find bloody shredded uterus lining. After the bleeding, cervical fluid is mostly absent and dry. You may not even notice it. Leading up to ovulation, which if we're looking at an average 28-day cycle, mine has never been this, ovulation happens around day 14. So leading up to that, estrogen levels are on the rise and cervical fluid becomes more sticky, white and creamy. So the egg only sticks around in the fallopian tube ready for fertilization for about a day. So this cervical fluid helps the little spermies survive long enough to wait for the egg to appear. Normally, the little spermies do not like the acidic environment of the vagina, but this creamy cervical fluid helps to protect them. And then around ovulation is when you get the classic egg white discharge. It's clear, sticky and wet, and there's usually more of it. It's important to know that this type of cervical fluid can't confirm ovulation for sure, but it can give you a rough idea. The egg white stuff is the easiest for the sperm to swim in, and it also filters in the best sperm. After ovulation, estrogen drops and progesterone rises, and the cervical fluid becomes more sticky, dry, and maybe absent. And then we come back to menstruation and the whole thing starts over again. Many things can change, ebb and flow during your menstrual cycle, not just your discharge. Your skin also might be something that is affected by hormonal changes. Like I said, this video is sponsored by The Body Shop. Thank you very much. They are currently celebrating their infamous Tea Tree skincare range, which consists of a number of skincare products and body wash, which are specifically tailored towards blemished, oily, and blackhead-prone skin, aka my skin. I'm not even kidding. That is how I would describe my skin. Now, I have a very simple routine. Wash body, wash face, take makeup off, moisturize, not necessarily in that order. And honestly, other than my redness and the odd spots, I have been very lucky in the skin department. And I have actually noticed my skin being a lot smoother since lockdown and wearing less makeup. Just an observation. Also, please don't sleep in your makeup. On days where I do wear makeup, for the last several months, I have been using and loving The Body Shop's Chamomile Cleansing Butter. It just completely melts into my skin and melts all of my makeup off, leaving my face nice and lovely and smooth. Also, I was very happy to discover they introduced a miniature 20 ml version, so this is like perfect for if you're traveling or if you're just out and about. In their tea tree range, I have been really loving the foaming cleanser. Like I said, I haven't been wearing makeup most days, but my face still gets dirty throughout the day regardless, and I hate to admit it, but I have never been great at washing my face in the evenings of no makeup days. But I love this because now I actually know what a clean and fresh face feels like before bedtime, and it feels so good. Another product that caught my eye in the tea tree range is the body wash, because honestly, I'm so here for a tea tree body wash and my skin just feels so refreshed after a shower. And also in the range is the tea tree oil. You just apply it real quick and it can help with those blemished areas. The tea tree range is specifically tailored for skin that has blemishes, blackheads, and oil, and maybe your skin gets like that at different points in your menstrual cycle. So thank you again to The Body Shop for sponsoring this video, for your great products, and for champion causes that are destigmatizing periods and discharge. I will also leave a link in the description to Bloody Good Periods campaign, Periods Don't Stop in a Pandemic, which The Body Shop are supporting. You can find out more about the charity, their Take What You Need scheme, and donate if you're able to. I honestly didn't really think about discharge until I was in my mid-20s when I came off the pill, which kind of makes sense because I was on the progesterone only pill, which can turn your cervical fluid into the post-ovulation type, but all cycle round. So I came off the pill and suddenly I was getting the creamy and egg whitey discharge too, which I hadn't experienced in like 7 years. But it was during that first year of filming the Hormone Diaries that I started to notice changes to my discharge, and I didn't talk about it in any of those videos because honestly, I was embarrassed. But hey, look at me now. Now, I wasn't tracking my discharge/cervical fluid at this point, so I can't talk about any patterns, but every now and then I would notice that my vagina would produce huge amounts of creamy discharge. I could literally scoop it out of my vagina, and I actually quite liked it after I got over the initial shock of what on earth is this? But it was kind of satisfying, just like seeing it all come out, just like, goodbye, thank you for cleaning my body. I now know that it's likely that whenever I noticed this, I was probably leading up to ovulation, and I wish I'd tracked it because I love data about my body. Why am I telling you about my creamy vagina? Well, I want to normalize conversations around discharge. I remember seeing this YouTube video of somebody showing their discharge-stained knickers on camera and just thinking, oh my goodness, this is so groundbreaking. Thank you so much for showing us all. And it really felt like that video gave me permission to talk about my discharge. And whilst you absolutely don't need permission from me, if you need that little extra nudge of acceptance and curiosity, here is me giving you permission to talk about discharge, even though it's not my permission to give. Now, there is one final thing to clean up, and it is not your vagina. How to clean your vagina. Vaginas are self-cleaning and discharge is a part of that process, and it's the sign of a happy, healthy vagina. It's not dirty, it's not gross, it's good and healthy. If your discharge does start to behave differently than your normal, then do go to see a doctor about it. Do not buy products advertised as vagina cleaning miracles that will make your vagina smell like flowers. Your vagina should smell like a vagina. These products are there to fix problems that don't exist, and in fact, it's very likely that they'll be the culprit of problems because they throw off your vagina's natural pH balance. It's generally recommended to avoid using vaginal douches, scented wipes, and vaginal deodorant. So here's how you can clean your vagina and vulva area. You can just simply use hot or warm water and your hand to gently clean your vulva every day when you have a shower. If you do use products, make sure they're plain and unperfumed soaps. And that's all there really is to it. Thank you for watching, and thanks to The Body Shop for sponsoring this video. Talk about discharge with your friends. Share your stories. All right, you don't have to do that, but if you would like, you can leave your stories in the comments. I would love to hear them. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye! That my vagina would produce huge amounts of I was about to say cheesy. Creamy, not cheesy.